What's up, everyone? I decided to include a primer to this video. It is a walkthrough of Hero Source Collectables and Turbo Time Subaru out in Sanford, North Carolina. So for those of you that don't know, Sanford is about halfway in between Raleigh and Fayetteville. It's about 35 to 40 minutes from Fayetteville going up 87. Once you get to Sanford, you can actually take US1 right into Cary and Raleigh. The reason I mention this is because anybody who lives in the South knows that you have to travel to go to the good places. It's not like big cities where things are stacked on top of each other. So, Sanford, little description of Sanford itself. I'm probably going to regret this, but Sanford tends to have a very good selection of collectibles. Their Ollie's always has good stuff in stock. Their Walmart always has good stuff in stock, as does their GameStop, as well as their Hobby Lobby, Ross, and Marshalls. There is very seldom that I leave Sanford without something in hand if I don't stop at Hero Source. I almost always buy something at Hero Source. And of course, Turbo Time is owned by my childhood best friend, Ryan Davis. And, you know, I've had a lot of my people on my anime pages who are JDM enthusiasts as well as anime who have asked about Turbo Time, which is why I've included a walkthrough of it on this video. I figured if I was already out in Sanford, I might as well do a walkthrough. I also like to use what I refer to as the boneyard behind Turbo Time to do some toy photos. Right now, I just took photos of Butcher from The Boys and some Terminator photos, and I just listed or posted a reel of Butcher photos on Instagram. But anyways, I just wanted to give a little primer to everything. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and I hope you enjoy.
Toys.
What's up, fucking nerds? So we are in Sanford, North Carolina today, and I have just showed up at Hero Source out here in Sanford. So Hero Source in Sanford is, I guess you'd say, it's about 30 minutes from Fayetteville. If you live in the South, you know that if you live in the South, you have to drive everywhere. You know, it's not like in big cities where everything is stacked up. Living in the South, if you don't like driving, then you don't need to live in the South. So we're at Hero Source out here in Sanford. It's about 30 minutes from Fayetteville and about 30 minutes from Raleigh. This is probably my favorite toy store, with Cro-Mag running a close second. Hero Source tends to have a lot more new merchandise, whereas Cro-Mag tends to have a lot more used. But you know, as much as I love Cro-Mag, and I do love Cro-Mag, I just always tend to find something here a lot more often. I usually always leave here with something. So it is located on Bragg Street in Stadium Center. There's the sign. They are on the corner of the shopping center. So let's take a walk inside, and don't mind my if it's a little weird, unstable. I'm using my cane today because my hips are fucking killing me. So let's go on in here. So, all right. So let's start by taking a look at the used stuff. You know, he has a little bit of everything in the used stuff. Like I said, you got your McFarlane toys, your NECA, you know, vintage action figures. These are what I think these are extra pops down here, clearance pops. So, you know, we've got used McFarlane, lots of used McFarlane. Like I said, he specializes though more in new and box stuff that's still factory sealed. So, as compared to other toy stores in the area, like, ooh, some old Robotech figures. I missed those last time I was in here. God, that brings back childhood memories. So, and of course the D&D figures, vintage, and then of course TMNT and so forth. If you're into wrestling, he's got a good selection of wrestling figures. And then, of course, you know, and then on the other side, he has Star Trek. Oh, Uhura. I think, yes, I will. So, anyways, so let's walk over here. Then you got your used Marvel Legends. And, you know, like I said, I really dig his packaging, because a lot of used retailers, they just stick it in a plastic bag or something. I love the little, you know, the Hero Source card at the top. I think that's classy, like, you know. And then, of course, you have your regular Marvel Legends in the box, you know, and you come across here. Now, the shop is, you know, it's small, but it's impressive. That's what I like about it. Like I said, I always leave here with something, because he gets the good shit in. So, and of course, you know, as you can see, more, you know, older Marvel Legends and older Marvel figures from Toy Biz, you know, still on the card. He does buy collections too, you know, so if you have a collection you're looking on getting rid of, you might want to contact him, because he's always looking for new inventory, because he's got customers like me who will buy it. So, and then let's see, let's come over here. Okay, you got some G.I. Joe and some Silverhawks, you know, more G.I. Joe. And then down here, you've got some Action Force, you know, and, you know, you got your Power Rangers, some His tanks. And then, of course, she's got, you know, 3.75 newer stuff. And then everybody's current favorite, Classified, you know. He's even got some of the newer figures in that just came out, like, you know, like Torch and Doc. And then, of course, you know, he's got the carded figures like Beachhead and the Cobra Eel, you know, so come along there. It's got some used Classified down here, including a Scrap Iron and a Python Patrol. Of course, you got your Ghostbusters and more wrestling and Halo. Well, I'm not into Masters of the Universe. I'm sure some of you on my channel might be, so just give you an idea of what he's got. You know, because I know that my boy Wendell, who lives in Raleigh, is a big Masters fan, and he hasn't been able to make it down here yet because of health issues. So, but yeah, and then of course, you know, we've got McFarlane Toys. Like I said, this is another thing that I buy a lot of. He actually has a Starfire figure that I'm kind of waffling back and forth on right now. Because she's kind of hard to get a hold of, honestly. And then, of course, up there. And then I just see this Injustice pack here, 3.75, and now I'm like, do I really need Starfire? Like, again, coming down. And then you've got Transformers. These are his used Transformers. Again, with the carded bags, you know. And of course, you know, and then he's got his package Transformers. And then, of course, you know, the Catwoman from Channel 6. I've seen that a few times before, but she's not that common. And then, of course, more Transformers. And then, of course, you got the Funko Pop Transformers, which, you know, I don't think I've ever seen the Funko Pops up close before, the Transformers ones. Again, you know, he's even got some, you know, vintage movies here, some horror movies and stuff. Not gonna lie, I've probably cleaned a bunch of these out already myself, because when he first opened, I was buying a few movies from him every time I stopped in. Of course, you got Anton Merrick's X-Wing back there from Rogue One. I actually have a few buddies of mine that would, you know, die to have that. Of course, you got the Star Wars here. And of course, you know, my buddy, the Imperial Grunt, I was just on the phone with him, and he was going gaga over this Luke Skywalker. He was almost going to buy it and open it just for a ladder. Yeah. So, and of course, you got your vintage collection figures here. You know, and then you notice the door to my left, the mysterious back room. What's back there? Unfortunately, we're not going to know, because this is his shop and not Gerald's, where I have free reign. So, of course, you got more vintage collection.
Got the Endor bunker, which another thing that I've been kind of like, do I want it? Do I not want it? And of course, you know, the Biker Scouts. Of course, he's got a whole display of Funko Pops right here. You know, some of you guys collect Funkos. I don't, but, you know, to each their own, right? And of course, you know, and then there's more Funkos there. If you're into the McFarlane toy stuff, you know, you got the McFarlane end cap right here, Spawn, stuff like that. I just noticed these Sectars. Like, are these the new ones that just came out? I think they are. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually looking at the 3.75 Sectars online, but those are very, yeah. Oh, I did not see him earlier. Crap, okay. Of course, got more Funkos over here. And of course, these are the used Black Series. Sorry, a few more vintage collection. You got another TIE Fighter back there. You know, the Bantha. Got lots of Black Series. More Funkos. Now you'll notice this big old hole here. The Imperial Grunt just put an AT-AT on layaway. So I guess if you follow his channel, you'll be able to see some of his toy photos in the coming months with that. Of course, he's got a large full-size X-Wing back there. And then of course this Y-Wing right here, which I absolutely adore. So of course he's got some anime statues for, you know, a few of my anime fans. And of course, you know, these look to be Hot Toys. Are these Hot Toys over here? Yep. So you don't find a lot of shops in the area that carry actual Hot Toys in stock. That's usually something that you have to order offline. And of course, you know, we got some other vehicles here. There's the AT-AT the Grunt just put on layaway. Down here in the case, you'll notice you have some really cool vintage figures. Like me and Gerald Hogan from Trilogy Comics were actually talking about this one day. You'll notice right here, he's got some vintage Star Trek figures that are super fucking rare. Like, it's insane. Like Gerald, who I think has seen everything at least once in his life, was even kind of blown away that he has these in the case. So, if you're looking for, you know, rare Star Trek figures from Mego, and even Star Wars from Kenner, he's got them. And then of course down here you've got more vehicles. These are more of the more modern vehicles here. You know, you got like the modern Snow Speeder and the Cloud Car, the Jedi Fighters and the Sith Infiltrator. You got some Black Series dewbacks. You have this Enterprise here. This is the Diamond Select Enterprise that another thing I've been waffling about. And then you got some Gundam models right here stacked. I've actually bought an anime poster from here before. He's got a selection of various comic book and anime posters. You know, if you're the type like me who frames your artwork and posters and stuff and puts up in the house, if your wife is cool enough to let you do that, mine is, fortunately. And then of course, let's go over here. He's got a small selection of comics. You know, if you are looking for some books, he's got those. And of course, more Spawn toys. Rock on. And then TMNT. Michael, I'm talking to you, man. TMNT, dude, that's your wheelhouse. You need to make a trip out here and quit going to Selma. Hidden Temple Toys is a cool store. I'm not gonna dog them out. So, and of course you got some Marvel Legends up here, and of course you got, you know, more Turtles. Got some Reaction Muppets. Not gonna lie, that Dr. Teeth is kind of cool. Of course, you know, you got some more used figures. Rock on. Mummies Alive, dude. Like, wow. Like, talk about old school, dude. So, and of course, more comics. Got some NECA down here. And then, of course, some more Gundam models. You know, some of these Gundam models are older, you know, and stuff like that. And then, of course, you got the Animal Warriors. And, of course, Nick, you know, for you, man, here's his stock of Mythic Legions that he's got right now. And like I said, and then of course he's got that old school 3.7 scale Galactus. And then again, for a few of my anime fans, he's got the Dragon Ball Dragon Stars figures. And of course some Power Rangers. I know Bernie has several customers at the Lair that are big Power Rangers fans that'll probably, you know, lose their shit over these. So, and then of course, here's like the stand with the statues and a few Funko Pops and, you know, your Diamond Selects. And you see the owner over there packing up used figures. Got a whole bunch of used in. And then of course, right here, he's got some more Funko Pops. Down here's the clearance stuff. I actually just found a Flash figure down here that I'm planning on picking up for $3. My son is a huge Flash fan, and it's kind of, I always buy Flash merchandise. It's kind of an homage to him because he is living on the West Coast now in the United States Navy, and I don't get to see him very often anymore. So anything that makes me think of him, I buy it. And then of course here behind the counter, I'm gonna go ahead and set these toys down real quick. Boop. And zoom in. There we go. Behind the counter, this is where more of the higher dollar merch that you don't want people either stealing or messing up when you by playing with it. You know, got some Final Fantasy stuff back there. Ghost Rider. Lots of vintage turtles. Again, Michael, I'm talking to you, man. And then of course RoboCop, the Mondo turtles. One of those things years ago that I regret not picking up when I had the opportunity. And then of course down here, here's part of the collection that he just took in. Like I said, he's got the Supergirl, the mini anime figures that they did. And of course, you know, got a whole bunch of McFarlane toys. And then of course down here you've got vintage G.I. Joe stuff in the case. Still most of it's more modern Joe stuff, you know, from 90s on. But he does have some regular vintage Joes. And then of course Wendell, there's the vintage Joes up there. But Wendell, man, this is why you need to come to this shop, dude. I know you have hundreds and hundreds of Transformers, but I'm sure he's got something you don't have, dude. Like I said, man. Anyways, though, like I said, it's a tiny shop, but it's full of great shit, guys. So we will talk to you later. There is going to be another walkthrough attached to this video for Turbo Time, just because a few of you asked me about it, and since I'm out here in Sanford, I'm just going to do a dual walkthrough. So after this, it's going to be Turbo Time. Thanks.
Piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid. I've made a lot of special modifications myself.
What's up, everybody? So, a few of you have emailed me asking me if I could do a walk around of Turbo Time because, you know, I guess anime fans and JDM enthusiasts go hand in hand. So I'm out in Sanford today and just went to lunch with my childhood best friend, Ryan Davis. He's the owner of Turbo Time. And, you know, we just got back here to the shop. And I've been out back in the boneyard, you know, taking toy photography, which I'll be posting on Instagram in the next few days. But I'm going to give you a quick, short tour of Turbo Time. You know, Ryan, being my childhood best friend, he's a boy genius. He went to the North Carolina School of Science and Math in our 10th grade year, and after that, he graduated from NC State with an engineering degree. So, but he's a Subaru enthusiast, and he decided to open his own Subaru shop about 15 or 20 years ago. He was originally in Cary, but he moved here to Sanford for tax reasons because, you know, Wake County was killing him in taxes. So, I'm going to walk over here and turn around. As you can see, there are plenty of Subarus in the lot. These are all cars to be worked on. None of them are employee cars. And here's the front of the shop. Like I said, it's Subaru Turbo Time. So, don't get me wrong, the shop isn't much to look at. He's only been here a few years, and he's already starting to outgrow it and looking for a bigger shop. He wanted to do renovations to this building, but like I said, he's already outgrowing it, so what's the point? You know, just because it's not much to look at doesn't mean he's not the top Subaru tuner in the Southeast. Anyways, you know, let's walk inside. If you can hear that rumble, they're working on a Subaru in the shop. You guys probably remember I did a toy review from in here when my wife's car was getting an oil change. But we're gonna walk in here to the showroom. Like I said, you know, you got engine crate over there, and of course, you know, he's got lots of lumber because, like I said, he wanted to do renovations, but naturally he doesn't have enough manpower here, or there's no such thing as having too much business. You know, he's got 2 techs as well as himself, and he could probably use more eventually. And no need starting to renovate if you're going to be moving out of here, because he's planning on moving just down the road, so he's going to stay here in Sanford. There's his desk, and there's Katie's office, merch, and then, you know, back there's all kinds of crazy stuff that I'm not going to tell you about, fabrication rooms, all kinds of stuff like that. You know, of course, out here in the garage. So listen to him cursing. But yeah, we're going to go back here to the boneyard. Like I said, you know, this is where I do a lot of my toy photos back here. So, like I said, it's like, this is what we refer to as the boneyard back here. This is where he buys old Subarus that are out of production and keeps them for parts. You'll see the Action Punk Mobile sitting right there, also known as Little Honda. Ryan often dogs me out about my car because him being a Subaru enthusiast and I drive a Honda, you know, Little Honda. Anyways, but yeah, the boneyard is amazing. I've gotten some great shots back here, you know, but like I said, he's got old, you know, wrecked Subarus. He buys them and keeps them for parts, like old Subaru Brats, like that black one right there, like a Subaru Brat. Like, this is like an 81 or 82. Like, that car's almost as old as I am. And then, of course, a blue Brat over there. And like I said, it's just the boneyard. But this is where I do my toy photos. Like I said, it's not much to look at, but you know what? You know, appearances can be deceiving. You know, like I said, he's, you know, I know that dealerships send him cars that they can't figure out, both up in Raleigh and in Fayetteville. Sadly, if you're a JDM enthusiast and you have anything other than a Subaru, even though he's extremely knowledgeable on it, he won't work on it because he does not do anything but Subarus, which is why he doesn't work on Little Honda. You know, poor Little Honda. No, Honda's great. Anyways, but so that's turbo time for you people that were asking. This is one of his team race cars over here. I think he said they're about to get ready to install a new engine or a new transmission for a Raleigh coming this fall or something. I don't remember exactly. But I come out here to Sanford probably about once a week, and me and him do lunch at Yarborough's. I will take a quick picture and let you know where Yarborough's is if you decide to visit Sanford. But I guess that's about it. All right, guys. Thanks.
Hey guys, I forgot to mention one last thing. If you're in Sanford, you need to hit up Yarborough's. Yarborough's is a family-owned restaurant that's been open, well, I mean, almost 100 years, and it's fresh burgers, fresh hot dogs, fries, onion rings, and most of all, homemade ice cream. Me, the Imperial Grunt, and a few other guys that I regularly go to Sanford with when I go toy hunting, we love Yarborough's. I highly suggest checking it out. Oh, and me and Ryan from Turbo Time hit that place up for lunch every time I'm in town. Enjoy.
Nerd. You're a fucking nerd. You're a fucking nerd. And no one likes you. No one likes you. I was just bullshitting.